Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Let's do the monster review of Mana Transcendent, both versions. We'll do the evolution first and then Ascension later. And I will admit, when they announced her Transcendent forms, I teared up a little bit. It's not like I even like Mana as a character all that much, but she was so central to like the second and third seasons of the anime, and then also the theater release film, and then of course she dominated the game for like a solid year. That lots of memories about her and then like the state of the game at that time came flooding back. Actually, I did like her character the first couple episodes of Season 2. She was the foreign exchange student with funny Japanese and funny ideas about Japanese culture.
今日からクラスの仲間が一人増えます。
転入生？
どうぞ入ってきて。いけない。遅刻です。おはようございます。そう。どうしたのそれ？遅刻しそうでパンをくわえて走ってくる女の子。これこそが日本の伝統では？それどこで勉強したの？アメリカの友達に聞きました。騙されてるであるな。
But it turned out to be a front, and then she just became a regular kind of boring character. But first, let's talk about the evolution form here. Best unit and farmer in the game for, that year after she came out. But I never got around to giving her the able berries for farming, and then she just kind of dropped off after that anyway. But now she is back, and her biggest weakness of her bump combo is fixed, the space in between her different spins of her involute sphere. Bump combos were upgraded. The involute sphere becomes the involute sphere more. I think the way that it works is that before it would get like 4 rotations as it travels around the screen. But now with the more, it'll get that 5th rotation, so it can hit more of the outside. And then the sub-bump combo is the involute sphere narrow, which will also circle around, but in that space in between where the involute sphere more will go. So you're not going to be missing guys very much at all with this bump combo. And so actually that might make her a better bump combo unit than even 2-for-all, who's kind of on top of the game right now. That's going to certainly be the case in quests with laser barriers. But she's also a blast type, so you can give her the super bias scroll, as I have done here, make her a super blast type. And so when her bump combos come out from the blast bump combo, it'll come out at full power. So that might make you look again at max looks that you have with blast bump combos, like Sanctuary Dragon would be good, Pierce, and then also the Flight to go with her Minesweeper. Also Kain Kai, one of my favorite Max Lux, who's now even better because of Mana. But the unit is Fire Bounce, has very kind of clean looking stats if you set it up so that it's all added together. Super Minesweeper EL, that's very, very crazy. She'll start every stage with 4 mines, and then with EL, she'll get 3 times the damage for every hit that she has with a mine. And then Barrier, one of the best skills in the game. That will give you a kind of a field around her unit, which will block the first about 10,000 damage at the start of every stage. So yeah, everything about her that was good from before is still there, and then some things will be better, like her bump combo. Strike Shot is the same. That will change the sling style of everybody on your team, and then do the Grand Command Strike Shot. I was never super impressed with this Strike Shot. I felt like the multiplier wasn't that high, so it's good for medium damage, but not like finishing damage, like maybe Lucifer's Strike Shot. Able Berries for her, you definitely want a Sidekick, although Kin Strength looks really good for her now because she gets such a multiplier to her attacks with the Super Minesweeper EL. Okay, I kind of feel like I don't need to show her in a quest, but let's go into one anyway. We'll go into Damascus, which is one quest that I've liked recently, and I'm interested in making a max luck, so might as well show her off here. But for this quest, we want no gravity barrier and then maybe Minesweeper. So Mana she'll have a little bit of trouble with the gravity barriers, but with the mines, she'll fit right in. And then max luck is Kain Kai, and then she will have the Expanding Bomb sub-bump combo, which has the blast bump effect, which will help get out Mana's bump combo at full power since she has the Super Bias Scroll. And then I'm also using Pandora, the new version. I haven't done a video of her. Maybe I should, because I like her character. I think a lot of people were disappointed in her, but I do like her. Maybe I can just talk about her in this video instead. But there are lots of scorpions in this stage, so the do a fair number of hits, but Pandora's bump combo will do more there. And then also this mission, you can't like clear it super fast with bump combos, so it's actually not the best stage to show off her bump combo damage, but it can be good for showing off her direct attack damage. But if we get rid of the basilisks, then the boss will get the defense down, and then we can start doing damage to the boss after that. Okay, so there we're seeing the two involute spheres coming out, and they're very close together. I don't think there's anybody that has a small enough hitbox to kind of get in between those two, so yeah, that's going to cover the field very well. Okay, so we took down the basilisks. Defense down on the boss, and then a gravity barrier comes out, but this gravity barrier only comes out once every 2 turns, so if you can time it right, you won't have gravity barriers on like Mana's turn, so it'll be easier for her to get around. Yeah, just like here. Normally when I farm this quest, I will use Agnemute X and then Asuka Langley from Evangelion. But for this clear, I'll use Mana and Pandora. And I guess I can talk about the new version of Pandora here, while we're here. She's kind of a mix of her evolution and ascension forms. Let's see if I remember. She is a bounce with no gravity barrier and minesweeper. It might be super no gravity barrier, I forget. And then her bump combo will kind of be like the follow-up Piercer, but it'll go out in 3, but the damage will be lower per shot, and then it'll shoot out fewer shots. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people were upset about, was kind of the bump combo was nerfed a little bit, just as far as damage. I don't care. I never really liked the follow-up Piercer to begin with. I felt it was kind of restricted in how you could build your team, and then how, like, or what kind of shots you were to take. But since this bump combo has so much spread and covers so much of the screen, you really don't have to think about those things as much, so I personally prefer it more than the original follow-up Piercer. And then she takes her strike shot from her evolution form, which is to throw out the Pandora's box. That will do a lot of damage, and then also do some status effects. And then people, they wanted the Ascension strike shot, I think, which was like images plus command strike shot, which is very strong. Maybe I would have preferred that too, but I still like the evolution strike shot. But yeah, I like the character, and I think the artwork is much better than the original versions. But yeah, Pandora, and then before her, Birthday, they were like the first wave of the little girl characters, which I'm not really a fan of in these kinds of games. Alright, so here we are in the boss stage. Pretty much the same deal as the pre-boss stages. Want to get rid of the basilisks and then do damage on the boss, who has the defense down, and then the gravity barriers won't be out every turn, so yeah, not too bad a mission at all. And then the character is pretty good. She is a Pierce with null damage wall and null warp. That's already a nice double null to have. She has Fairy Slayer and then Strike Shot Reducer as well. And then a bump combo is the Rebound Laser 4. That's pretty powerful. And then a Strike Shot. It's like the Karuna Strike Shot, where she will tackle and then make people fall asleep. That's a 30-turn Strike Shot, which is very long. But she has the Strike Shot Reducer, so not too bad. I think a solid max luck to have. I look forward to making her. Okay, last stage. Let's use the first of Mana Strike Shot. The boss doesn't have the defense down yet, so we'll just use it to get rid of the little guys. And then, yeah, change the sling style of everybody, get rid of all the little guys. And then as we could see, not a ton of movement or damage there. Okay, that's decent damage with the two mana bump combos going in there, but not one punching the boss at all. And then one more strike shot here, and there we go. Okay, so that was Mana Evolution. Didn't really need a show-off. I think we're all aware of what she is capable of. Okay, next, let's look at Mana Ascension, Mana Anima. And this is the character that I'm more interested in. I felt like she was always lacking, even when she was first released. She was always kind of like a, I don't know, kind of a versatile character. She was a Pierce with a null gravity barrier, null damage wall, which was pretty rare, a combination when she first came out. But bump combo wasn't that great. Strike shot was only so-so. But with her Transcendent form, she has a lot of good upgrades, which will make her more useful. She's not flashy still, she never was a flashy character, but she'll be much more in tune with the meta, I would say. But again, Fire Pierce with a null gravity barrier and null damage wall, but it's upgraded to Super Null Gravity Barrier and Super Null Damage Wall. Super Null Damage Wall, that will give her an attack up if she hits a damage wall first, and then Super Null Gravity Barrier, one of the best skills in the game, will give her speed up whenever she hits a gravity barrier. And then she has the Gives Barrier ability like before. The third teammate that she hits will create the barrier like Mana I explained earlier. And then she picks up Soul Steal, where every time she takes down an enemy, she will restore HP to your team, so that's pretty cool. And then a bump combo, her all-range bullet will become the super version, and then her expanding bomb will also become the super version. And if I understand it right, her expanding bomb is going to be the same power as Son Shoko, which is pretty crazy if you think about it, because Son Shoko is one of the best gauge skippers in the game. If you can position her right, you can get a lot of those bombs right in the boss's weak point, and then just, you know, clear the stage outright there. So you could possibly use this mana in the same way. That's pretty crazy. That might be the biggest damage upgrade to her. And then Strike Shot was also improved. Before it was a 2-turn delay and then a little bit of speed and power up. But now the delay is based on how many units you hit. So it's similar to that Spider-Man Strike Shot. If you have that Spider-Man, leave a comment. That way I know you're a super old school player. But yeah, really solid unit, and I can see myself using her a lot. She compares very favorably, I would say, to other Fire Pierce Super Null Gravity Barrier characters, and there are a lot of them, including the new Sakamoto Ryoma that just came out. As you can see, I've given her the level 120 scroll, but I haven't given her the Super Bias scroll. She's a balance type, so she needs it much less than other characters. Okay, but let's take her into Yomi. This was always a quest that she could go to, but let's see like what her Super Null Gravity Barrier can do. Let's see what her bump combo can do. Okay, so that was a look at Mana Ascension. Again, not a flashy character, but I can see myself using her a lot. Alright, hopefully you have those characters. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.